Kia ora, good afternoon and welcome to North Harbour Stadium here in Albany for the ISPS Hunter Chatham Cup final between Melville United and Napier City Rovers. Kick-off a few minutes away. Joining me to preview this game is old school Fred de Jong. He was a past champion. Fred, when was it? Back in the Stone Ages? Or
we went to the game on our dinosaurs, put it that way.
Well, we've just witnessed a fantastic Kate Shepherd Cup final. Hoping the guys can replicate that tonight as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, congratulations, Eastern Suburbs, continuing on from the ISPS Hunter Premiership. You know that they won, so the club doing good things in both sides of the game. And yes, we're looking forward to a spectacle of football here with two teams that love to get the ball down and play. And so hopefully they can show that today on a beautiful surface.
Two teams that came through pretty tough semi-finals as well. Onehunga Sports and Napier City Rovers, and Bay Olympic for Melville United.
Yeah, the Onehunga game went into extra time, and yeah, so both these teams showing really good form coming into the final, and you know, it should be a pretty even contest.
Well, as with the Kate Shepherd Cup final, both clubs here active on social media. It's been an absolutely fantastic build-up all this week, and actually all the last couple of weeks of this cup final between Napier City Rovers and Melville United. Fred, you know, where do you see the game won and lost here this afternoon? We talked about the midfield battle, but obviously there's some really key strengths for both sides at either end of the park.
Yeah, I think both sides they fill up the midfield. They play with wing backs. So they'll be trying to get the wide players forward. But the key to it, I think, is if you can dominate the centre of the park and then exploit the wide areas.
Well, let's have a look at how Napier City Rovers are going to line this one up, Fred. Gavin Hoy up front, obviously prominent goal scorer for them. Also, Sho Goto, the Japanese midfielder, scored 10 goals already this season.
Yeah, he's the engine room in there for them. Johnny McNamara's had a fantastic run of goal-scoring form in the Cup. He's got 8 goals there as well, and you know, but anchoring the side there, Bill Robertson as you know, as player coach.
I mean, a couple of stalwarts, and obviously Bill Robertson in terms of National League football, and obviously on the other side, Aaron Scott. Aaron's been around, gee, I think 8-9 times for the All Whites, but over 280 odd games for Melville United, and perhaps his swan song tonight. But as we see the team line up this afternoon, it's got a very strong side for Melville United. They've had a fantastic run through the quarters and through the semi-finals as well.
Yeah, similarly, you know, Aaron Scott will anchor the defence, but it's the 3 Welsh guys up front: Josh Davies, Mark Evans, Craig Pritchard. That's where all the attacking intent is for this Melville United team.
Mark Evans, 92 goals in 89 games or something like that for Melville. He's fantastic. So definitely one to watch for Bill Robertson tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he's probably the most potent player on the park for both sides as far as goal scoring goes. So, you know, certainly someone that Napier City Rovers have to look out for.
Well, both clubs steeped in heritage, obviously. Napier City Rovers, 4 times champions. Obviously dominated the National League in the late 80s, late 80s, early 90s, even through 2000s, Fred. So is all the pressure on the Napier City side this tonight, or is it going to be Melville United going to take the initiative, do you think?
Oh, I think for Melville, yeah, never won the Cup. So, you know, and you've got a couple of players in there who've, you know, been in finals. They've been in 3 finals. Oh, sorry, 1 final for Melville. And I think, you know, it's a real opportunity for them to put their club's name in lights. And so these opportunities are rare. So I think for Melville, it really is a chance for them to write history.
Well, we're very honoured this afternoon. Our match day commentator is former Melville United captain and skipper and coach in Gordon Glenn Watson. Gordy, this is an emotional one for you. Over to you, mate. Have a great call.
Thanks, Harry. Thanks, Fred. Yes, an emotional day. I had 3.5 years at Melville United, and 16 years ago was part of that cup final defeat to Uni Mount Wellington. And Sam Wilkinson, a former teammate, will be looking to take Melville one step further, but they're up against a Napier City Rovers side that has a culture of winning. 4 previous Chatham Cup titles, National League titles, and they have in the distant past also competed in the OC Champions League prior to 2000. Bill Robertson is the man that they will look to guide them through this process, and there are a number of players in that Rovers side who have suffered cup heartbreak in the past, in the recent past, and they will not want to make it 3 in a row. I think this Melville United side is perhaps in many ways better than the one that reached the final in 2003. The expectations will be a lot higher, and they will want to write their names into Chatham Cup history. The Waikato has had Chatham Cup victories in the past, 1962 with Hamilton Tech, and of course Waikato United in 1988, a two-legged final that they won on the away goals rule. And it's Bill Robertson, who's played in plenty of cup finals in recent years, 3 OFC Champions League finals. He also played in back-to-back ISPS Hand Premiership victories with Team Wellington in 2016 under first Matt Calcott and then secondly under Jose Figueira, who takes up the Auckland City coaching job for the forthcoming summer season. Launched forward by Max Tommy. Well, won by Robertson. Melville in a good position here on the left. That's an interesting looking ball to the back post and over the top with the header. It's Josh Davies. Excellently measured ball to the far post. It's always awkward, of course, for any defender to deal with a ball of that quality, but James Hoyle did enough to put Davies off his mark. Through to Robertson. Gets a nice ball forward for Stevenson, who's one of a handful of players who played in the 2011 defeat to Wairarapa United and also the defeat to Eastern Suburbs in 2015. Over 250 appearances for Napier City Rovers. And the first real effort for the Hawke's Bay base side goes wide of the target. Canadian striker Gavin Hoy is playing up top with Josh Stevenson. Well, Melville United got off to a very sticky start to the season. Just 2 wins out of their first 7 Lotto NRFL Premier Division matches. The acquisition of Craig Pritchett saw a turnaround in their fortunes. Here's Gavin Hoy. They've let him go a long way. Oh, he's cut inside and goes to ground. There's no foul there, but a nervy moment for Melville. When we talk about clubs and their storied histories, there are few provincial clubs with the narrative of Napier City Rovers. They've conceded a free kick here. Their first Chatham Cup victory came in 1985. 3-1 win over North Shore United. Greg Brown was one of the standout players, played for the All Whites and also for the Socceroos. They were replete with some of the best players who have ever pulled on a jersey in domestic football in this country. Paul Halford is one that Fred will remember. Here's Federico Marquez in 2019, though, for Melville. That's a decent ball. Napier City Rovers living dangerously here. Marquez, away by Robertson, and hooked clear. It was Mandetta who was the man on the spot at the right moment for Napier City Rovers.
Great work that time from Marquez. A couple of opportunities to find Mark Evans and Josh Davies, but Napier scramble it away. So got it. Lovely play
John McNamara is trying to make a run just in behind Luke Searle. Here is Aaron Scott. I wonder what's going through his mind as he plays this cup final. He has been an absolute stalwart. He broke through in 2003 at the club as a youngster, just 17 years of age, but he was cup tied because he had turned out for Hamilton Boys High in the competition, and so wasn't able to take a spot on the bench against Uni Mount Wellington 16 years ago. Hoisted into the penalty box. That's easy for Max Tommy. There was an injury cloud hanging over Max Tommy. He was rested in the last match in the league against Central United in favour of Neil Mountcher, who's 51 years old. He's on the bench today. There were two goalkeepers who found better opportunities abroad. Jamie Searle signed for Aston Villa, and Keegan Hansen took up a chance to further his career in the United States, and that's left Melville short in the goalkeeping department. Here's Karen Mandair, another player who's looking to move on to the United States. Nice work from McNamara. Oof, what a ball that was. Spotted Gavin Hoy just out of the corner of his eye. Flynn O'Brien. Nicely cut out by Gotu. Craig Pritchett, the Welsh futsal international. A lot of ISPS Handler Premiership clubs are looking at him, no doubt, for the summer of domestic football ahead. Here's Jones. His wife Sarah was the assistant referee in the Kate Shepherd Cup final earlier today. It's another player who has extensive ISPS Handler Premiership experience. Pritchett, good ball in. Hayden Atkins hooks it away. And flag's gone up. Well, a good feel to this game already, Fred, inside 7 minutes.
Yeah, bright opening from both sides. I think Melville shading it because they're looking a bit more attacking in the final third. This time the assistant referee just spotting a handball. But yeah, as you say, both sides will love to get the ball down, love to control possession. I think it's noticeable already that we're seeing with the Napier City Rovers team, especially through Johnny McNamara, the number 11 in the middle of the park. They're trying to get in behind this Melville back three. So searching for those spaces to the left and right of the fullbacks.
Davies' header was a good one. Wisniewski only manages to find Robertson. Jones. O'Brien. Wisniewski, whose sister Grace was part of the New Zealand under-17 women's team that picked up a bronze medal at their World Cup of late. There are a lot of familial narratives running through this match today. I mentioned Mark Jones, but also Caden Atkins of Napier City Rovers is the son of Wayne Atkins, a Napier City Rovers Chatham Cup winner in 2002. Atkins was a very fit and mobile and aggressive attacking fullback in the days of 4-4-2 under Mick Waite.
The forgotten 4-4-2.
Yeah, you might have played it with dinosaurs.
That was it,
for me.
That was it. 4-4-2, everyone across the board. If you're playing anything else, you're being fancy.
Yes. Here's Mandair. Yes, football is now very prescriptive these days with the amount of access to technology. I know that both teams have had a good chance to look at each other. That's a nice ball. Shot from Mandair. Cleared. Picked up by Shogotu. Here is Caden Atkins. Under pressure from Evans, who does well. And McNamara goes to ground.
He's been busy already, McNamara. Just dropping out of that front line. See here, just gets his toe in front of Aaron Scott. Draws the foul.
Well, Aaron Scott showed his experience there. It's always awkward because McNamara's just playing off the front. Who pops out of that back three to go and meet the danger? Scott backed himself, but at the cost of this free kick. From long range straight into the grateful arms of Max Tommy. Player of English and German extraction. Jones. Oh, that's a decent ball. Mark Evans. Caden Atkins goes out to meet the immediate danger. Two players in the box for Melville United. Logan Wisniewski. Jones. Oh, and that was telegraphed. Now McNamara. Well, the midfield battle you said was going to be important. Here's Pritchett. Evans against Atkins. Cuts it back. Pritchett lets it roll. Here's Mark. Oh, what a goal! Melville United open the scoring with a wonder strike. Federico Marquez. A brilliant build-up from Melville United. And they reap the rewards.
Evans holds the ball up. Marquez jinks past one. Hits it with his weaker right foot. But absolutely no chance for the keeper. Great work from Marquez to open the scoring, but also terrific touch from Mark Evans. Ball coming over his shoulder from, it was a long ball from Mark Jones. Evans just pulled it down in the penalty area. And from that moment, Napier were scrambling to get back, and in the end they couldn't.
It was fantastically well left by Pritchett too. He could have got involved there, but he was aware of the movement of Marquez. Ideal start for the Hamiltonians. Wisniewski's free kick. It was repelled. It was Jamie Wilkinson who was underneath it. Melville still asking questions of Napier City Rovers. Jones manages to find the ball. Mark Jones again. I apologise, this is Liam Hayes. He's the nephew of Brian Hayes, another Chatham Cup hero from the Waikato. An interesting ball. Davies gives chase. Caden Atkins looking on watchfully. This is Logan Wisniewski. Trying to find the goal scorer Marquez. It's broken kindly for Melville, but well, Davies went for accuracy over power there. He just wanted to get it on target. Josh Hill had that covered.
I think at the moment Napier is struggling with the movement up front from Melville. You see Mark Evans and Josh Davies. Just the interchange there. Pritchett joining the attack as well. And at the moment, the Rovers' defence just not picking up tight enough, and that's allowing the Melville strike force to get good control of the ball inside the Napier penalty area, and that's always dangerous. The other thing is also, I think Melville just 3 or 4 times already in the first 15 minutes, they've hit very long diagonals especially from Mark Jones's side of the field, and the strikers are then peeling towards the far corner to try and stretch the Napier defence as well.
Ball goes long. O'Brien got this line, that lovely turn by Craig Pritchard. Trying to pick out Davies. Now work for James Hoyle to perform. Pritchard for Hayes. Now Aaron Scott. And that's picked off by Shogotu, but he needed some assistance from Gavin Hoy. Now Pritchard pulling all the strings in midfield. Logan Wisniewski joining in. Here's the goal scorer Marquez, who spots Pritchard. Gotu very watchfully picking up the bits and pieces to keep Napier City Rovers nice and tight at the back. Play by Robertson. Napier helps it on. Hayes competes with Josh Stevenson. And, Hayes has beaten McNamara. And there. Pops the ball over the top. This is interesting. Max Tommy's cup. Oh! And there's a collision here. And there's a problem for Melville. Looks like a head clash. Well, what will Anthony Riley, the referee, do here? Once the players have been attended to.
I think ball over the top. Keeper calms, gets his head on it. So, to me, if it's going to be a foul, it's going to be a foul against Napier City Rovers, because the keeper's won the ball. Max Tommy's come out and won the header. And collected Josh Stevenson through his troubles. Stevenson's up and looks fine. Like you were saying, Gordy, if Max Tommy has a problem, then certainly Melville have a problem. Oh, that's a horrible hit. Unfortunately, at least one of the protagonists, Josh Stevenson, is up. Max Tommy at least is looking in a reasonable state as well.
Well, I wonder what's going through Neil Mount's mind as well. 51-year-old goalkeeper on the bench.
That would have to be the oldest player on record.
Well, yeah.
I shudder to think of there's an older one.
Well, he has played this season. I think he played against Central United when Max Tommy was rested. And, well, knowing the personality of Neil Mountcher, he's the quintessential football hard man. So he won't be lacking in attitude if worst came to worst. Well, won by Robertson. Hayes. Nice work from Scott. Wisniewski. O'Brien. Jones coming in off the line. James Schofield watches on. Nice movement from Pritchard. Jones has popped out of the space. Now Pritchard continues his run. Robertson's committed. And takes a foul. Well, to me, Napier have to do something about Pritchard, because he is getting on the ball way too easy. And what he is very good at as well. Knocks the ball into the front play, gets it back again. And now he's running at the defence. So Napier have to sort that out. That's a good ball by Jones. Danger not clear. Oh, that could have ended up anywhere. I think it was James Hoyle who executed the clearance. Found a corridor of space inside the 6-yard box, and now it's a corner for Melville. Look at this. Goodness me. Taken short, Pritchard for Marquez. Oh, well, Napier City Rovers at 6s and 7s. Again, here's McNamara. Rovers send it long. Stevenson against Hayes. Schofield's header. Melville take the decision in their favour from Anthony Riley. Interestingly, in 2003, Melville took the lead in that game as well. Got to half-time at 1-0 up. Before that match slipped from their grasp. Oh, and that's a lovely piece of play. Shogotu just lacked quality touch to take him into the penalty box. Melville might have been in a spot of bother then, but he managed to do so. Point for Gotu, now Colin Nander. Caden Atkins puts it into the penalty spot, and Max Tommy does well under pressure from John McNamara. Oh, Napier have let this ball bounce. Mark Evans making a nuisance of himself. He's looking for Josh Davies to chime in with support, which he does. There's Pritchard again popping up into dangerous areas. Marquez, oh, and he lashed it goalwards, and it was a good save by Josh Hill. Hit with ferocity and accuracy.
Lovely play again by Pritchard. Gets involved, just holds the ball up that split second. Played in Federico Marquez, and he's just put his foot through that one. Can't follow it up with the delivery from the corner, though.
On his good foot, too.
Yes.
I'll be disappointed with that. Still, he's made an electrifying start to this ISPS Handed Chatham Cup final. I wouldn't say Marquez is a journeyman, but he seems to have played for almost every club in the Waikato and in a variety of positions. Case Bay Olympic, he ended up coming off, but he has played at fullback. Here he is popping up on the right. Got to McNamara, lovely first touch. Napier City Rovers trying to find a way back into this game.
So rain comes down here, North Harbour Stadium. This will make the pitch pretty slippery.
Well played by McNamara. Wilkinson checks back to Atkins.
Crowds head for the cover.
Nice work from Gotu, and Flynn O'Brien had an awkward job there. He was under pressure from John McNamara. Gotu. That was a crunching challenge, but Melville have come away with it through Marquez. Lovely touch from Davies. Look at this run from Marquez. Atkins covers, it's a decent ball in. Wonderful play from Marquez. A long bursting run there. Great combination play with Josh Davies, who very nearly ended up on the end of this.
Terrific counter-attack here. Marquez picks up the ball, just lays it in with the outside of his foot. That's a beautiful touch from Davies, and then he just turns and goes. Just puts his head down. Marquez with the vision to see him on the back post, and terrific covering from Bill Robertson. Good football from both sides.
Nice work by Craig Pritchard. Now Davies. Mark Evans has drifted into the penalty box. Mark Jones is arriving late. Oh, lovely piece of play by Melville. They go to the near post, and Caden Atkins got something on it. Jones had made a great run from deep to try and get on the end of it. Here's Schofield. McNamara. Mandair, there's numbers to his right if he can spot them, but Mark Evans has cut that out. McNamara restarts the engine on this Napier City Rovers counter. Jamie Wilkinson. John McNamara. Oh, untidy work, but ran down a cul-de-sac. Joined Napier City Rovers from non-league football in England. Highly rated by Bill Robertson. Talking to both coaches prior to the game, they said that the key to their seasons has been a commitment to using local talent, but with the right blend and mix of imports. Largely from the UK, in Melville's case from Wales, but Napier City Rovers going back to the 80s also had a conveyor belt of decent talent that came out from the UK and added value. I mentioned Paul Halford earlier. Was one such mercurial player. It's very easy to get your hit rate wrong on that count, signing players sight unseen, but Sam Wilkinson and Bill Robertson have done a very good job. Played long by Hill. Oh, O'Brien kept his hands down. Now Hayes is trying to win the ball back from Melville. It's with Robertson. Now Evans. Pritchett's unmarked in the middle of midfield. Otto and Mandair combined to shut him down, but they've given the ball away cheaply.
I think at the moment, Napier, they need to try and get more bodies forward. You've got Liam Schofield on one side, Jamie Wilkinson on the other. They need to get in support of the attack. We saw an attack just about a minute ago down the Napier City right flank. Nice little bit of interplay. And then Johnny McNamara, as you said, Gordy, went down a bit of a cul-de-sac. But at least they got the players forward so that when they are looking to cross the ball, there are bodies to aim at, because too often we've seen crosses from deep positions with just one, maybe two blue shirts in the box, and that's been very, very easy for Melville to defend against. So Napier need to pose more of a threat, and for that they need more players to get forward.
Well, one interesting decision here today, Fred, has been Martin Bono's position on the bench rather than starting. I know that would have raised a few eyebrows around the country. Bono played for Hamilton Wanderers in last summer's ISPS Hand of Premiership and was amongst the goals on a regular basis. I know that Bill Robertson said in an interview with Radio New Zealand that his team selection today was going to be very difficult.
Although Wano was on the bench for the semis as well. Another one that's there is Andrew Abba, who turned out for Waitaka United in the Hand of Premiership last season. So good premiership experience on the bench for Napier.
That's a great ball by Gotu. If Schofield can keep it in, Napier City Rovers might be in business. That's a heavy challenge by Mark Jones. Now, what will Anthony Riley do? He's shown quite a lot of restraint in the first half hour so far.
Jones has slid in from a long way here. Picks up a yellow card. Referee just taking a good long time. You can see there, slides in, doesn't put his studs up, keeps his foot down. That probably saved him, because you can see there he's just angled his foot down. He had come through with his foot extended and his studs up, then maybe the referee would have had a different decision to make. Anthony Riley, as I said, just walked slowly over to the incident, took his time, thought about it. Probably was getting some help from his assistants as he did so. Good piece of refereeing.
What can Rovers produce from the resulting free kick? They can't beat first man there. Davies puts his boot through it. Karen Mandair goes to retrieve.
And that's frustrating. Yeah, that's a great position for a free kick. And then not to clear the first defender. It's really disappointing. You've got the opportunity to put a lot of players forward.
Pritchett. James Hall getting much tighter to the Welsh midfielder this time. Pops up again. Marquez also taking up a more central position.
Another player that I think's been decent so far in this first half hour. Lovely touch.
Here's McNamara.
Has been Liam Hayes. Just sitting in front of that back three for Melville. No nonsense. Really good positional play. If one of his defenders is to go out, then he just fills in the gaps. He's always been available to get the ball either off the fullbacks or especially his combination with Craig Pritchett has been good. And I think that's an area where Napier probably have to tighten up a little bit. I'm just wondering as well how difficult it must be for Bill Robertson, as player coach, to see those sort of nuances of the game and where, in particular, the areas of the field that your team may or may not be doing well in, and how to exploit that or to just change the game as you're playing and as you're having to worry about running after the opposition strikers.
Well, it's a dual role that you don't see as much anymore. You know, we were talking about how technology has made a big impact on the way that football at this level is played and how coaches prepare their teams, and perhaps there is some provision for that in Napier City Rovers planning. We'll find out, no doubt, as this game unfolds. There's Gavin Hoy. Shogotu lingering on the edge of the action. He's come up short. Now Melville can launch a counter-attack. Here's Pritchett leading the way. Davies shows short. Robertson with a hefty challenge. Davies stays down. Jones inside. Hayes. Wisniewski. Evans. It's opened up a gap, and Federico Marquez could exploit it. Good cover by Bill Robertson. Napier City Rovers were on their knees. And the experienced campaigner comes to the rescue just in the nick of time.
Another lovely move from Melville. Played the ball out wide, and then the run came inside by the goal scorer Marquez.
Well done. It's won by Mandair, but there's been a foul in the process by Aaron Scott. Geez, I remember when he walked into our dressing room at 17 years of age, and you knew he was going to be a good player. Technically very good, and role model on the pitch.
By walking in the changing room.
Well, no, he could handle himself in training as well, and it was there were a lot of big personalities in that squad. And he stuck around, he stuck at it, and he's gone on to have a very good career.
Certainly has been terrific for Melville over the seasons. This is this man.
Yes, Mark Evans better than a goal a game. 92 goals in 90 games. Here's Marquez. He's having a great game himself. Goes to the near post. Robertson's clearance was slightly miscued but effective. Wisniewski picks off the attempted clearance. Scott. O'Brien. Hayes. Oh, that's not good from Aaron Scott, but picked it up again. We're talking about Hayes, and I happened to take in Melville's game against Bay Olympic in the semi-final, and Bay Olympic decided to change their game up into a more physical one, and as Pritchard goes to ground, and Melville were equal to that. When the game became more physical and fragmented, they were able to step into it and still dominate the match. They survived a bit of a rocky period towards the end. And if you think back to Sam Wilkinson's team and 2 years ago when they missed out on promotion from the Lotto NRFL First Division, that was something you could point a finger at and say, well, physically, when the going got tough, maybe they weren't quite up to it. But today we've seen already that they've got that physical resilience and they can manage games a lot better. Headed forward by Wisniewski. Nice pass from Marquez, and that's cleverly done by Pritchard. He drew the foul from James Hoyle. He stands over the ball. Flicked into the far post. Robertson underneath it. Does well to win it under pressure. McNamara. It's gone a bit quiet in the last 10 or 15 minutes. Oh, great skill from Craig Pritchard. Schofield gives up the chase. They can't let him go too far. Down he goes. Well, there's shouts from the Melville support for a penalty. Anthony Riley was in a good position. Made the right call. Oh, that's a lovely ball by Marquez. Bill Robertson spotted the danger and was over quickly. Just get the feeling that Melville United are close to finding themselves another chance. Marquez goes again. Mark Evans checks onto the left foot but doesn't get the shot on target.
Just too much movement at the moment by this Melville team. Marquez taking up some terrific positions, has the ability to go past players as well. Tees up Mark Evans, he drags his shot wide, but just the combination play in the final third for Melville is a step above, and that's the difference between the two sides at the moment. Napier not really creating enough up front and having to hang on at the back, whereas Melville are looking very, very dangerous pretty much every time they come forward.
When Gotu and Manter do get on the ball, Napier City Rovers do look promising, but they don't seem to get on the ball enough.
And they have no threat in behind. There's no, other than the collision we saw with Max Tommy and Josh Stevenson. Other than that, they're not, they're not exploiting spaces. They're not, they're not creating, putting enough doubt into the Melville defence. So it's all very easy. The game's being played in front of the Melville defenders.
Here is Shogotu.
So for me as well, I think Napier look a better side when they switch the ball quickly. So if they can do this sort of thing, just knock it wide and then isolate players one-on-one in wide positions, maybe they can get some mileage out of that.
Well, there's a late challenge, and the card is out. Josh Stevenson goes into the book. was involved in that clash of heads with Max Tommy earlier in the half. Just under 5 minutes to go before the half-time break is upon us. Melville United 1, Napier City Rovers 0. The Gower Park side have the upper hand. Thunderous opening goal from Federico Marquez. The difference between the two sides. As you can see there, Melville dominating possession comfortably. By Jones. Oh, lovely touch by Davies. Now Pritchett, and he just failed to link up with Mark Evans. It was a move made in Wales with the three imports combining. Good header by Wilkinson. Wilkinson. Let's go to again. Hoy involved. Mandira's pulled wide on the left in central midfield. Schofield's there. That's a decent effort. Awkward one for Max Tommy. And it's a corner. John McNamara asking the question about a potential penalty. Just squeezed himself into that space to make it awkward for the referee and Aaron Scott.
Yeah, shot from long range. Max Tommy gets down well. Aaron Scott gets across, concedes the corner. McNamara is it's either going to be a penalty or a goal kick. So take the corner.
Corner runs into the 6-yard box, and that's a good touch. It was Wilkinson, who I thought had the last touch, but Anthony Riley has given Napier City Rovers another bite of the cherry. Bill Robertson forward. Kate Matkins at the back post. Round into the near post and away by Wisniewski. Hoy, danger not over. Scott wins the second ball. Mandare. Here's Max Tommy off his line, who does a very good job and sets Pritchett spare and free. He's already over halfway. Mark Evans is there. Kade Matkins providing cover, and he goes to the near post for Davies' run. No pay dirt for Melville this time.
Yeah, another good counter-attack from Melville. Just have that ability to get forward in numbers quickly and really stretch the Napier defence. So it must be it's a pretty long run for someone like Bill Robertson. Has to go up for the corners, and then it's an 80-metre run back.
Marquez. Goodness me, he's almost played in a free role. He's popped up all over the place. Here's Hayes. Davies.
That's the thing, though. If you're going to have a player like Marquez and you say to him, yes, you can sort of have a free role like that, what you need is for that player to actually make an impact in the game. He has to get on the ball a lot, and to his credit, Federico Marquez has done that today.
McNamara. And Scott. Counter situation for Melville. Inside the final minute of the first half. Melville United leading by a goal to nil. Here's Evans. Sholdotti tidying up for Napier City Rovers. Wilkinson tried to pick out Schofield, but instead found Jones. Pritchard. Jones keeps his run going. This is promising from Melville. Still Mark Jones. Davies has got Evans in the penalty box. And Wilkinson tracked back, gets the crucial touch for Bill Robertson's side. O'Brien, Scott. Hayes dispossessed. And Dare, oh, lovely skill. And Dare slightly skews the pass, but Wilkinson will collect. Gotu shows to feet. McNamara is available in the channel, but it's now back with Josh Hill. Put on by Stevenson. McNamara making a nuisance of himself. Schofield. Mark Jones. Sent long. James Hoyle will find Mandare. Well, Napier City Rovers have picked up a free kick. 3 minutes of additional time to be added on at the end of the first half. And the first minute of that. And a chance for the Hawke's Bay side to try and gain parity before the break. Schofield will take it. He was on target during Napier City Rovers' win over Only Hunger Sports in the semi-final. Max Tommy comes for it and takes it under pressure. He hasn't been ruffled yet, Max Tommy. Scott. Wisniewski. There's a run by Pritchett. Robertson marshals him into a pass to Davies. Hayes. Rovers go long. That's gone over the top of Aaron Scott. Next Tommy's popped it forward. That's a very good touch from Marquez. So Evans is the defending player as Anthony Riley of Palmerston North brings the first half to a close. It's been absorbing football to bring to you. Melville United in control at half-time, courtesy of Federico Marquez's right foot shot. And more action to come for you in the second half of what's been an absorbing game. Reach the point. Welcome back, everybody. The ISPS Hando Chatham Cup is what this match is all about. Melville United, through Federico Marquez's first half goal, are in the driving seat for now. Napier City Rovers have to dig deep and find some inspiration from somewhere, and Martin Buono is the key figure in that plan. He's coming on to replace Josh Stevenson, who took a bit of a head knock after a collision with Max Tommy and also found himself yellow carded. So we'll be looking for any tactical readjustments. Fred, you said they might go They might go 4-3 up top.
Well, I have to change something, and you know the changes come at half-time because it looked like the game has sort of started to slip away a little bit from them. So, you know, a good positive move by Bill Robertson. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, if they do try and push extra players forward, try and play man on man up front.
That's a good ball in by Schofield. And Bueno making his presence felt very early. And that's better from Schofield. We were talking about Wilkinson and Schofield maybe being a wee bit quiet in the first half. But here's a player that knows a thing or two about scoring goals. Robertson with Pritchett looking for any mistakes. Again, and it was a late challenge on Wilkinson. Pritchett again showing his value in tight areas.
You're not sure what Martin Bueno's done to his socks there, but he's just cut a big circle out of both socks. At least he knows which ones are his.
Free kick goes Napier City Rovers' way. Long into the corner, won by Marquez. Pritchett finds space to operate in. Davies has made a run. Pritchett checks inside. Hayes joins in. Jones. Puts the ball in behind for Mark Evans. Under pressure from James Hoyle. It was not a great pass from Mark Evans. Pritchett available. Great work from Wisniewski. 1-0. Tries to go himself. And starting to get a bit scrappy and a bit physical. Davies. Puts the ball in from Marquez. Spots the run from Pritchett. Marquez needs some help here. Wilkinson doing a fine job of marking him so far. McNamara, a little give and go there. Well read by Aaron Scott. He was wise to the plan that was being hatched. And sloppy. Mark Jones, Schofield, that's a good ball, McNamara. And the flag goes up. It was, must have been tight. Melville haven't started the second half with the same energy that they signed off with in the first.
Well, both sides guilty of just giving the ball away too easily at the moment. No simple passes going astray. Players taking a couple of touches too many and then putting themselves in a combat situation. Again, I think just in that last passage of play. We saw Johnny McNamara get on the ball, number 11 for Napier City, in and around the penalty area. Yes, it'd been an offside position, but all the red shirts that were around him just showed that, you know, Melville just getting players back very, very quickly in numbers.
Boy, for Buono. Not a bad ball. Gotu's taken up a good position inside the penalty box. And the shot was deflected away. Napier City Rovers starting to make inroads here. Here's Buono, past Marquez, and goes to the ground very easily. Anthony Riley not interested in it.
Referee very well placed. Lovely step over from Pritchard.
Evans. Shot down by Schofield. McNamara. Gotu spots a run by Schofield. Two options on. He's hung on to the ball and breaks a shot high and wide. And where are the options on?
Here's McNamara on the ball. Gotu gets it. Travels with it. Had an option out left. Decides to take the long-range effort. And absolutely no trouble for Max Tommy. Napier are getting more of the possession though at the moment. I think possibly that Buono is giving them a target to hit. So the ball's actually going into the striker, and then they're able to recycle possession. So there's a bit of a point of the attack now for Napier.
Seen a bit more from Lynn Schofield in just 6 or 7 minutes of the second half as well. It's a bit of balance. What Napier City Rovers are trying to do. Here's Evans. That's a good cutback. Pritchard. The timing of Pritchard's runs is something to admire. He just pops up all over the park. In those pockets of space that are causing Napier City Rovers a host of concerns. Napier. That's given away. Marquez, Davies, Craig Pritchard, Mark Evans. James Hoyle out to meet him. Evans holds things up. It's wound into the box, away by Robertson. And Hayes just into the back of Gavin Hoy. Well, here's the other change that we thought might happen. Andrew Abbott. He is coming on for Jamie Wilkinson. Napier has played for ISPS Handed Premiership sides, Waitakere United, Canterbury United. There was a short spell at Team Wellington. And he's also picked up appearances in the OFC Champions League preliminary tournament for a variety of teams. He was one of the few bright sparks in the Waitakere United season as it petered out last summer. A team that Bill Robinson played for, incidentally. He was very happy to receive a phone call from Abbott about joining the Park Island side. Napier City Rovers need something from him. Here's McNamara. Buono. Oh, not Buono, it's broken to him. Oh, and it's just wide of the target. Free kick is given to Melville United anyway.
Yeah, free kick for a push on the edge of the box. either by McNamara or Buono. Andrew Abba coming on. That's a straight swap with Jamie Wilkinson. However, I think Andrew Abba will be asked to play in a much more forward position than Wilkinson, and maybe just not get back in as much of a defensive role. Certainly Napier need more going forward. They need to put pressure on Luke Searle, who really has had a pretty easy run of it. Hill. That's the first ball. Jones. That's a good ball in. Way by Abba. Buono, and that was a heavy touch. On a very slick surface. The rain has been falling now for some time. And those are balls that have got to stick. You've got to make that pass. The players are streaming forward, taking a punt that you're going to have some sort of counter-attack. I mean, just to play the ball lamely over the sideline is just really disappointing. Got to. Atkins. He's long. Buono getting into a tussle with Aaron Scott. Napier was slow to the ball there. Hayes got a good touch onto it to bring Jones into the scheme, and Jones has gone down. Anthony Riley, again in a pretty good position to see that. He's getting a lingering look. Took a while to make the call. That's a very good ball in, and Mark Evans was just lingering, looking for a nod down. McNamara concedes a foul. So he got the ball first. I think that's Mark Jones. I think Mark Jones might have got a back heel in the groin there. As McNamara went through, sort of his heel has come back. So that's a pretty painful one for Mark Jones. You can see here he jumps. See his left leg there, bang, go backwards. He's also got McNamara's backside and the side of the head, which is never pleasant. I won't mind the game being broken up like this as well. Plenty for this man to ponder as well. Robertson. A lot of experience between those two. Yeah. I didn't bring my compact. Important to look your best at the football, Gordy. You know that? Of course. Well, Mark Jones is up on his feet. It's been a
Quite a lengthy delay here for this injury. Davies, under pressure from Abba. They're saying a lot for Bill Robertson to ponder. He's played both his key attacking cards, hasn't he, in Martin Bono and Andrew Abba. Abba's capable of popping up with a goal out of nothing. He's got a certain amount of X factor about him. Napier. Gotu. That's a good ball by Napier. That's better from Bono in the build-up. Gavin Hoy loses out, and that's well done by Luke Searle, who's hurt himself into the bargain. Flipped on the top of the foot on a cold, rainy day. Just over an hour gone in the ISPS Handed Chatham Cup final for 2019. Melville United 1, Napier City Rovers 0. Here's Davies. Evans and Mark Jones. That's a decent touch. Pritchett towards a penalty spot. Oh, and Napier spotted the danger. Will it break for Melville? No, it's cleared. I think it was Caden Atkins who did the work, the defensive work. Now Marquez with the cross trying to pick out Davies.
I thought for a minute Marquez might have lined up a strike. Jones has recovered. Pritchett made a good run, held up the run. And then the ball pops out to Marquez. And he's looking for Josh Davies over the top. I thought he could have just got that down. He was on his left foot.
Oh, this is another move started by Pritchett. Shot from Wisniewski, gathered by Josh Hill. The Napier City Rovers have been better in the second half, Fred, but they still haven't created anything clear-cut.
I mean, it's been a more even match. But like you say, there's not enough good position in good areas for Napier.
There's a slip by Aaron Scott. McNamara tees up Gavin Hoy. Oh, Martin Bono, chance for Napier City Rovers. Oh, it's a good save. Max Tommy to the rescue. John McNamara was unmarked in the 6-yard box.
Oh, and that is a chance for Napier. Great work from Max Tommy. But boy, Martin Bono, he was in a terrific position. A couple of slips by the Melville defenders put him there.
Well, Napier City Rovers are getting closer. And Melville United have gone off the ball somewhat. Oh, and that's a great save by Max Tommy again from the Bill Robertson header. It's a corner. Well, now the complexion of this cup final is starting to change. Bill Robertson can sense it. It's evident in his body language. There must be some anxiety in the Melville United technical area. That's a good ball in and away by Max Tommy again.
Yeah, terrific work from Max Tommy. Under pressure by a number of blue shirts.
Outstanding performance by Max Tommy.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Mark Jones takes a yellow card and now it's a red card. Melville United down to 10.
Well, he overran the ball, did Mark Jones. And then Mandir cleared it away and he went through. And Anthony Riley, no hesitation, just walked over, pulled out the second yellow card. And Mark Jones has the long walk across North Harbour Stadium.
Well,
see there, heavy touch, goes through, is appealing. He thought he was fouled before Mark Jones, but in the end, he was the one that was penalised.
Mark Jones sent off in the Chatham Cup final for Melville, who continue to lead, but they're down to 10. Well, if you look back to the parallels of 2003, Melville were 1-0 up. Playing well, second half it started to come undone. And with Mark Jones going, Melville United finding that the momentum is very much a reflection of past ghosts. And how Sam Wilkinson, the Melville United coach, manages this situation with the input from Michael Main could be critical.
You could see the two of them from our commentary position just pointing. So obviously there's a reorder going on, a reshuffle, formational change. "25 minutes.
McNamara lays it off to Gavin Hoy. Buono. Hoy. Nice touch from Gotu. Buono trying to check onto his right foot. And that's a fine piece of defending.
Had to give the ball, Buono. Had to play it wide left.
He looks to be one of those players that can do something special but can frustrate you at equal amounts. And as you and I saw in the summer, he can pop up with a goal, and just wonder if he's going to be the fulcrum for a Napier City Rovers comeback. He's made a difference since coming on. Here he is now for Rovers. Shot blocked by Hayes. Smartly done by Bill Robertson.
You see Mark Evans has dropped back. Number 10 into a number 10 role.
Well, another substitution about to be made. Melville United have gone to their bench. And it's Liam Steffert who's being prepared for action. And it's Federico Marquez who makes his way off. Had an outstanding first half. He's been largely anonymous in the second, as the momentum has switched in favour of the Hawke's Bay side. And there. Max Tommy, who's been outstanding. 10 goals for Melville today. To watch his footing on the surface as he launches it long. Davies trying to hold off Caden Atkins. Now Wisniewski. Steffert. Oh, lovely play. Hayes. Pritchett. Liam Steffert goes to ground. That's better from Melville. They haven't seen as much of the ball this half as they did the first. Pritchett for Evans. Little give and go here. Pritchett, what can he produce? And very tired looking effort from him. His work rate's phenomenal. Gotu. Puts the ball in the corner. Here's Andrew Abbott. Next Tommy comes out of goals. 20 minutes of this Chatham Cup final left to play. 10-man Melville United hanging on to a slender 1-goal lead. against the Napier City Rovers side who struggled to get to grips with the movement of their opponents in the first half, but they've looked a different prospect with Martin Porno on the pitch. And more of their players are looking to get on the ball as well. It's very clear that the confidence levels have gone up. They can sense they're back within touching distance in this game. Here's Mandare. Cleverly done, but Paul Robertson's read that. Keeps going. Buono, Robertson. Evans, Pritchett. Nobody's trapped Pritchett if Evans can release the ball now. Pritchett. Josh Davies arriving in the penalty box. Might not need him. He's picked out Evans, and the shot on target.
Good defensive work that time from Andrew Aber as well. He tracked Josh Davies all the way back. Now being asked, you can see him at the bottom of your screen, trying to get forward again to join in the attack. For Napier now, for me, they just have to keep the ball, and they have to move the ball quickly from side to side. Just really try and stretch this Melville defensive line, but keep the tempo of the game as high as possible, because Melville will just do this. They'll just sit back, and then they'll try and spring a counter-attack.
It looks like they've gone to a back four, Melville. As well, Aaron Scott's going to be crucial if Melville are going to get over the line. But if they keep giving the ball straight to Napier City Rovers, it's just going to be an unrelenting wave of attack after attack. That's a very good ball. Andrew Aber. Too close to the keeper. Liam Schofield was arriving at the far post. John McNamara was in the penalty box, but not quite close enough to make a near post run. The other thing is, Fred, a lot's been asked of Craig Pritchett as well, his work rate. I spoke about that a moment ago. Just wonder that with 10 men, how much has he got left in the tank as we get closer to the 90 minutes. Here's Gavin Hoy. Show Gotu. McNamara. Hayes. Pritchett is the outball. The rain teeming down at North Harbour Stadium. Pritchett tried to cut inside James Hoyle, who very cleverly lifted the ball out of harm's way. Oh, and Bono, next Tommy having to do some sweeping. Well, it's torrential rain now. Treacherous conditions. Both teams having to manage out the final 17 minutes in the pouring rain. Both sets of supporters have disappeared up into the covered part of the stadium next to the media tribune. Hayden Atkins with a run similar to that of Wayne Atkins' run, but he's given it away. Melville get it forward. Davies chested down for Stefford. Away by Robertson.
Can't see the water pooling yet, but it can't be far away. if the rain keeps up at this level.
Well, Anthony Riley has to take into account the player's safety. Oh, Max Tommy. Oh. That's heart attack stuff right there, isn't it, in this weather?
Could have been down to 9 men if we got that one wrong.
And Neil Moucher having to come on.
Exactly. And these are silly fouls from the Napier team. It's just slowing the game down. It's allowing Melville to regroup. Napier need to keep possession of the ball. And just the moment there.
Oh, and that short Martin Guano! Max Tommy's out of his goal! Goodness me. Davies. Oh, he's played that, so he's rather rushed that decision to play that ball. Melville United living dangerously.
Well, that was golden opportunity for Martin Guano. 1-on-1 with the keeper. His claim he got fouled after Max Tommy had made the initial save. But really, he's got to bury this. Poor back pass. He's got time to come forward. He tries to go through the legs, I think, of Max Tommy. But for a striker of his ability, he would expect to score that. And it's frustrating and disappointing for this Napier team.
Good work from Gavin Hoy, but he can't match it with a quality cross. And it's the second chance that Martin Guano's had in this game. Remember the shot that he had that pulled a good save out of Max Tommy. With John McNamara looking for more of a cross. This is going to be a sting in the tail end of this Chatham Cup final 2019. Max Tommy digs it out, won by Robertson. Free kick goes Napier City Rovers away for a foul on Liam Schofield. Oh, and such wet conditions, defenders have to be very careful. Cross round into the far post, Andrew Haber underneath it. Oh, lovely skill from Andrew Haber. And it's kicked out at the near post by Max Tommy.
Andrew Haber there remonstrating with his forwards. He wanted a run to the near post. Beautiful work from him wide though, just to create the space to get the ball across.
Well, Melville United looking a little bit ragged. Napier City Rovers have still got plenty of time. Remember, they have the advantage of the extra player following Mark Jones' red card. Midway through this half, here's Mandair. Shogotu. One by Aaron Scott. Andrew Haber onto his left foot. He might fancy a go here. Gotu. Haber. I think this is Schofield, and the shot firmly struck, but well saved by Max Tommy.
Much better from Napier as well. More incisive around the penalty area. I think that's something they've been guilty of not being throughout this match. They've done well to get the ball into these areas, but then the final pass is lacking, or they haven't played the ball wide, a simple pass like that. But again, you need players probably going in at that near post area. Just making it really difficult for Max Tommy. A bit of distraction in front of him.
Hoy. Oh, that's miscued. Gavin Hoy gets another bite of it. the shot straight at Max Tommy again. Well, the chances are coming regularly.
Shots on target really going up in Napier's favour. And of course, with the red card to Mark Jones, should Napier score, the pendulum would just swing completely in Napier's favour. 10 minutes to go, with the possibility of extra time on top of that. With Melville having put so much into this first 80 minutes, sure that fatigue would be a massive factor in that extra time period.
So Josh Davies making way. Harry Christensen-Rose is his replacement. Fresh legs. For Melville United. Napier City Rovers' search for an equaliser continues.
And now Mark Evans pushes forward again. He's in that deep striker role.
Melville getting a bit cute with possession here. Hoy, Liam Schofield. That's well blocked, but the danger's not clear for Melville. 1-0. Chance for McNamara! And there is the leveller! Napier City Rovers through John McNamara. 82 minutes gone. And it's all square at Northampton Stadium. Max Tommy has beaten at last. Mike Warner was at the heart of this.
Yeah, McNamara does amazingly well here. Really strong, holds off the defender, gets his body position and really right. Ball bounces up, controls it off his chest. And then the ball's sitting there inside the 6-yard box for him to blast past Max Tommy. Nothing the keeper could do in that situation. And as we said, now Melville really have an uphill struggle.
Well, they've played the best part of 20 minutes with 10 men. There's a sense of inevitability about Napier City Rovers levelling things, and they've done it. They've shown great resilience themselves to get through a very difficult first half. And Fred, we talked about the possibilities available to Bill Robertson as a player coach in a major cup final. What would he do to try and turn the game around? And so far, I think the answer has been a resounding one. Still some work to be done.
Yeah, well, I think it's the red card to Mark Jones that's just swung the match. Even after the changes that Bill Robertson had made when Andrew Abbott came on, Melville looked comfortable. They didn't look stretched until until the red card, and then suddenly, obviously, the Melville team sitting back, allowing Napier more possession, and then Napier have done very, very well with that possession.
He's overcommitted himself. Oh, and there's another chance, and it's in! Liam Schofield has turned it around for Napier City Rovers with a fine finish. Melville United, who led by a goal to nil at half-time, now trail, and time is the enemy.
Well, Schofield had a strike about 5 minutes earlier, and he's got himself forward. And this time, a strike from a very similar position. The ball slides past Max Tommy and gives Napier the lead. Ooh, that's a very strong challenge. And this could be a problem for Schofield. yellow card comes out. He went flying into that challenge.
Well, Melville United supporters have been in this show before, but so have Napier City Rovers. A 5th Chatham Cup is within their grasp. Their first Chatham Cup title came in 1985. They won it again in 93, and then won it twice in the space of 3 seasons, 2000 and 2002. Chance for Melville, and it's Aaron Scott who hauls Melville United back from the brink in what could shape up as Scott's final game for Melville. Napier City Rovers thought they had all but won the cup, I would dare say, but look at this from Aaron Scott.
Well, similarities with the goal to McNamara. Ball bounces, chested down, and then a really quick adjustment of his feet. Aaron Scott pokes that one home. Good work from Liam Hayes there. Just took his time on the free kick, told players to get forward in the box. Boy, how a game can change in a few minutes.
Here's Stefford. Pritchett. Liam Stefford joins in again. And Caden Atkins to the rescue. It's a corner. Well, Melville get numbers forward for this. It's a prime opportunity for them to retake the lead. While they're down to 10 players, get the game wrapped up as soon as they can. They don't want to go to extra time, I'd imagine. Here's Pritchett. Pass man down. Oh! Goal kick. Well, Pritchett getting a verbal serve from some of the Rovers players.
Yeah, he overran the ball there, tried to drag it past the defender. He was almost falling as he did so. So good call from Anthony Riley.
Oh, lovely shot from Wano. He's fouled. Napier City Rovers have a free kick. Well, I'd all but written the Melville United eulogy, and up pops Aaron Scott. Well, what a fairy tale goal that was.
Ye of little faith.
Well, now the Napier City Rovers supporters are making themselves known. Going for a songbook that the fans went through in 1985. Oh, mistake by Tommy! And it's hoisted over the top. That's his first real mistake of the game. And Luke Searle to the rescue for Melville. Now Napier City Rovers. The corner a minute ago, it's wound into the near post, and Scott. Oh! Shogatu with a wonderful volley. And Melville United are heartbroken. What a goal that was.
Terrific volley from Gotu. Aaron Scott did really well here. Gets for the header here. Gets his body in the way. But the ball falls to Gotu. Look at the technique on this. Side volley. Keeps it under the crossbar. And the ecstasy for Napier City Rovers.
What a dramatic cup final this has turned out to be. Unbelievable. Melville United 2, Napier City Rovers 3. McNamara flag has stayed down. Next Tommy's out to deal with it. Andrew Abba. We're in the final minutes of the regulation 90. Would expect there to be quite a few additional minutes. Here goes Abba. Chance. Oh, and it's over the top. Well, you think back to some of the great Napier City Rovers Cup wins over the years. I mentioned players like Paul Halford, but there are others like Chris McIver and Leon Burney, who's gone on to have a very good coaching career in women's football. And a 17-year wait for Rovers to lift the Chatham Cup. Could be over shortly. There's 6 additional minutes left to be played. And now they have a free kick in a handy position.
And very few blue shirts going forward for this. There's 4 players on the halfway line. The whole defence is sitting back.
Bono standing over the ball. Andrew Abner is there. Cunning Mandare is to the left of Bono. Napier City Rovers supporters have gathered down near the tunnel. And they're in full voice. That's a good free kick. Good save too by Tommy. Hammer. Hayes under pressure. Tommy had to be very careful with digging that out. Here's Searle. Cuts off the goalkeeper. It's with Aaron Scott. He must have thought that he had thrown Melville a lifeline, and it's cleared by Gotu. Melville got something left in the tank. One last chance, perhaps. At some point in the next 3 minutes they'll get at least one more. Searle with the throw. And cleared by the team in the ascendancy. Here's a man who knows all about winning cup finals on this North Harbour Stadium pitch. I sense that he's very close to a Chatham Cup victory, and Mark Bono is racing in on goal. Aaron Scott's trying to shut him down. This is seal it for Rovers if he can pull it away. Max Tommy does ever so well, but the danger's not over. And goal kick. Well, he hasn't brought a great deal of accuracy to his shooting, but he's made such a big difference. As you say, the red card has changed the momentum in this match in a very, very pointed way.
And if Bono had been better with his finishing, this game would have been done and dusted 15 minutes ago. As it is, Melville, just a couple of minutes to go to try and force it into extra time.
Just under 2 minutes left to be played. Plus anything else that Anthony Riley sees fit to tag on to that. Desperation stuff now for Sam Wilkinson's side. Pritchard. Free kick. Well, it's now or never. Max Tommy is going forward.
I think this is the chance you spoke about.
Here's Mark Evans. Oh, and it's flapped away by Josh Hill. And Max Tommy staying forward. Flynn O'Brien. McNamara. Well, he tried to have a crack at it, but Max Tommy hasn't quite made it back to his penalty box yet. Launches it long. Time running out for Melville. Napier City Rovers are close. Very, very close. The class of 2019 at Rewatch Stadium about to join the pantheon of Chatham Cup greats for this storied provincial club. Unless Melville can come up with something. Wisniewski. Evans. Hill comes for it and punches. Stefford. Away by Mandare. 10 seconds to go. Last chance for Melville. Pritchard. Napier City Rovers hanging on. Away by Robertson. Anthony Riley. Oh, and a late challenge, and I think that could be that. There it is! Napier City Rovers have won the ISPS and the Chatham Cup for the 5th time. And for the first time since 2002. The Melville players out on their feet. Some have fallen to the grass. And it's all about Napier City Rovers. John McNamara takes the congratulations of the support, the travelling support from Napier. And for Bill Robertson, Josh Stevenson, Fergus Neal is on the bench today. It's Chatham Cup winners medal for the 3rd time of asking after 2 previous defeats in 2011 and 2015. Shogotu's wonderful goal proved to be decisive. Well, this is Fergus Neal. I think this is a great touch. Fergus Neal played in 2011 and 2015. He also played with Hawke's Bay United in the ISPS Hand Premiership Grand Final defeat to Auckland City. He's missed the last 2 years with a knee injury and fought his way back. He's really eager to get his hands on that, you can tell. Barry Smith, New Zealand's honorary historian, hands the ISPS Hand Chatham Cup to Fergus Neal. And look at this. Well, he's checked the knee to make sure it's all right. There it is. Napier City Rovers, Chatham Cup winners for 2019. Bill Robertson has led them to the very pinnacle of knockout football. Well, there's a lot of players in there who suffered heartache in the past, and they can put it all behind them. Shogotu, the hero for Napier City Rovers. In 2019, Josh Hill, Josh Stevenson, they've done it. 17 years of waiting, Napier City Rovers, Chatham Cup winners. There's Robbie Parker, Chris McIver as well. Former Chatham Cup winners themselves, National League winners. Plenty more football coming your way on Sky Sport.